some roots related to the polynomial. I have here a polynomial, okay, a general polynomial I am considering, and where the leading coefficient of the polynomial is 1. See, leading coefficient an is equals to 1. Just for convenience, you just make that as 1, okay. This is polynomial, and if you take consider it is equals to 0, it will become a polynomial equation, and now you are able to make that leading coefficient as 1 by dividing with a power n. Okay. So an is equals to 1, right? And then all these coefficients are real numbers. Since all these coefficients are real numbers, we will say that the polynomial p of x is over reals. Okay? If all the coefficients are reals, simply we will say that the polynomial is over reals. Okay? So I have a polynomial and it is over real numbers, and one thing is very clear that the degree of the polynomial is n. Degree of the polynomial is n and the degree of polynomial is over reals. Leading coefficient is 1 and all the coefficients are reals. Okay. Now what I am going to observe, okay? First one, A. See, first thing is what to say about the number of complex roots of p of x. Number of complex roots of p of x. Number of complex roots of p of x is equals to, I have a polynomial equation. I don't know about the values of those coefficients a(n), a1, a0, all these things, but I know them. I know they are reals. See, since the polynomial is over real numbers, for sure complex roots occurs in conjugate pairs. Already we discussed. Okay, we are thinking about the number of complex roots. Okay, since complex roots occurs in conjugate pairs, complex roots occurs in conjugate pairs, and complex roots occurs in conjugate pairs only for polynomials over reals. The given polynomial is over reals because all the coefficients are reals, so all the complex roots will occur in conjugate pairs. So for sure number of complex roots is an even number. That's enough. That is the simple observation which we need. Okay. So if there is a polynomial over real numbers, always the number of complex roots is an even number. Okay, this simple idea helps us in eliminating the options of objective questions. Okay, I will give you some questions also. First of all, you just think about this. Number of complex roots of the p of x is even number if the polynomial is over reals. And the next thing is, okay, the polynomial is over reals, already I mentioned it, and the degree of the polynomial is n. Okay, degree of polynomial, degree of p of x is equals to n, and that n is equals to odd number. You just say the degree is odd number. Since degree is odd number, what it have? Since degree is odd number, that polynomial will have odd number of roots. Okay, okay. Since it has odd number of roots, and one thing is very clear, the complex roots are even. Since complex roots are even and it has odd number of roots, what to say about the number of real roots? Okay, so then this polynomial equation has at least one real root. One real root. Again, I am repeating, at least one real root. Okay, is it clear or not? Once again, just look there. You just go with an example. First, suppose degree is an odd number. I have a polynomial whose degree is 7. Okay, degree of polynomial is equals to 7. Since degree of polynomial is 7, it will have 7 roots. And the polynomial is over reals, right? Since the polynomial is over reals, among these 7 roots, now I am going to decide the complex roots as well as the real roots. Complex roots occurs in conjugate pairs. The complex roots is an even number, so the complex roots may be 6, maybe 4, maybe 2, maybe 0. If the complex roots are 6, real roots are 1. If the complex roots are 4, real roots are 3. If the complex roots are 2, real roots are 4. If the complex roots are 0, real roots are 7. Here it is 5, right? That in the sense, always number of real roots occurs in even odd numbers, number of complex roots occurs in even number, and among those the minimum number of real roots is 1. So one thing is very clear, polynomial over reals of odd degree has at least one real root. Okay, at least one real root. Okay, that's very useful observation. A polynomial equation over real numbers of odd degree has for sure at least one real root. Okay? And one more thing is that real root is exactly opposite sign to that of the constant a0. Okay, it has at least one real root, right? You just say the real root as some alpha 1. For suppose the polynomial equation has n roots, alpha 1, alpha 2 and so on alpha n. Okay, and what you know about the product, alpha 1 into alpha 2 into and so on into alpha n is equals to product of the roots is simply minus 1 to the power n into a naught by a n. The rule for the product of the roots. Okay, and n is odd, right? N is odd and a n is already given as 1. So n is odd and a n is 1 and it is simply equals to minus a naught. And whereas this side alpha 1 is a real number, at least one real root, right? Alpha 1 is a real root and consider all this product alpha 2 into and so on alpha n. Product of the complex roots which occurs in conjugate pairs. Product of the complex roots which occurs in conjugate pairs is always a positive quantity. You just think about it. Just for your convenience I am saying for 3 plus 4i a complex root, its conjugate is 3 minus 4i. What you say about its product? Its product is 3 square plus 4 square, right? That in the sense always positive, right? That in the sense product of the complex roots which occurs in conjugate pairs is always positive. Since it is always positive, this alpha 1 is equals to minus a naught. Alpha 1 is equals to minus a naught in the sense if a naught is positive, alpha 1 is negative. If a naught is negative, alpha 1 is positive. So polynomial equation of odd degree, okay, odd number in the sense odd degree. Polynomial equation of odd degree over real numbers has at least one real root and that root has opposite sign with a naught, with constant. Okay, if constant is positive, that root is negative. If constant is negative, that root is positive. That's the simple analysis. Okay, just have a look. This simple analysis helps us to solve many objective questions. You need to note down all these things or you just go with screenshots. Everything is very useful. I am erasing this and then see. See. Now degree of p of x is equals to n and that n is even degree. Degree of p of x is equals to n and that n is even degree. See, n is even degree. That in the sense it has even number of roots. Number of complex roots are also even. For sure number of real roots are also even. Okay. Number of real roots even in the sense it may have 0 real roots also. Right. See, degree of p of x is an even degree and now you just think about constant a naught. Okay, that constant a naught may be greater than 0 or that constant a naught may be less than 0. If that constant a naught is greater than 0, then for sure the given polynomial equation has at least 0 real roots. There is a possibility of having no real roots. And if that a naught is negative, then the given polynomial equation have at least 2 real roots. At least 2 real roots and among them and in particular one root is positive and one root is negative because that the constant is negative, right? Just a simple analysis which we discussed in bit B. The same type of analysis helps us in discussing there but with 2 roots. Okay, so 2 real roots, one positive and one negative. One positive, one negative. Just have it. So once again I am repeating you, I have a polynomial and that polynomial is over real numbers. I don't know about the degree. So one thing is sure that the number of complex roots is an even number. Then if the degree is odd, then it has at least one real root. I am sure about this particular point. Okay, so that's why I am mentioning this. There may happen many other points depending on the coefficients on the degree number. Okay, but if the degree is odd, one thing is sure that it has at least one real root and that real root is just the opposite side of a naught. And if the degree is even number, then the number of real roots may be 0, maybe 2, maybe 4, like that. See, if the degree is even number, depending on the constant, if the constant is positive, it has at least 0 real roots. There is a possibility of having 0 real roots, maybe 2, maybe 4, like that. If the even the constant is negative, then the polynomial has at least 2 real roots, and among those 2 real roots, one root is positive and one root is negative. Okay, and that's discussion, and the proof is very simple. Just by observing the product of the roots as -1 to the power n into a naught by an, just as we discussed in bit B, C also will happen. Just observe it, have screenshots, note down, and memorize these to solve the problems. So one thing, if all coefficients are positive, what you will say? For a polynomial equation, all the coefficients are reals, and if all the coefficients are positive, then then this polynomial equation have no positive roots. Why? Why? Very simple. If all coefficients are positive, all these things are positive, then there are any sign changes? All are positive, right? Since all are positive, no sign changes. No sign change, no sign change, no sign change, no sign change. So no positive roots. Oh, for example, I will give you an example. 3x power 4 plus 7x square plus 8x plus 9 is equals to 0. All are positive numbers. If x is also positive, then how can it will become 0? So, if all the coefficients are positive, it contains no positive roots. If all powers are even, what you say? If all powers are even, so if all powers are even, then number of positive roots is equals to number of negative roots. Why? Because if all powers are even, one thing is very clear, that p of x is equals to p of minus x will happen. Since all powers are even, if you replace x with minus x, no problem. Both the equations are same. P of x and p of x minus x will become equal. Then if you count the number of sign changes in p of x as well in p of minus x, both will be same, and that's why number of positive roots is equals to number of negative roots. Okay? If all powers are even, then number of positive roots is equals to number of negative roots. And one more thing, here you need to note one more thing. If all powers are even and all coefficients of same sign, all coefficients of same sign, then it indicates that no real roots. Is it clear? Just have a look. Then it indicates no real roots. Why? Because all the powers are even. I will give you an example. X power 4 plus x square plus 1. Power 4, power 2, power 1. All are positive. So if you take x, a positive value in the place of x, it won't satisfy. A negative value in the place of x, it won't make you 0. So that's why if all the powers are even and all the coefficients are of same sign, then you will get no real roots. And the last thing is, if all the powers are odd. If all the powers are odd. See, what you say about the degree of constant. See, the power of a constant term is 0, which is even. But if all the powers are odd, then that constant is not involved. Since the constant is not involved, if all the powers are odd, then easily you will common out x from all the terms of the polynomial. So for sure, 0 is a real root. If all the powers are odd, for sure 0 is a real root. Then depending upon the coefficients, you will decide the number of other real roots. Okay, so this is also something about deciding the number of real roots, number of positive roots, and the number of negative roots of a polynomial equation just by observing the coefficients. Okay, have a look.